And then a slow, long exhale out your mouth. And we'll do that again, inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the mouth. And now we're going to inhale through the nose for a count of 6. Pause for 2. And exhale through your mouth, but as though you were blowing through a straw for 4. So you're going to do that again. Inhale through the nose for 6. Pause for 2. And then exhale through your mouth for a count of 4. And as you're doing this again, as though you were blowing through straw or as though you were blowing something out of your hand, it's a very gentle exhale. And 4 more this way. And we're intentionally lengthening the inhale, having it longer than the exhale. And this is actually to activate the sympathetic nervous system state, your fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. You might think, why would you want to do that? Well, you're not wanting to bring yourself into the full expression of that state, of course, but you are wanting to use it in a way to be able to start to energize the body. Okay, now once you come to that last one, you can bring your hands together at your heart center. Take a moment to bow your head to your heart. And then we're going to begin by drawing the arms up, bringing the gaze to look up, opening the arms, allowing the shoulders to relax, and breathing here for 2 breaths. And now take your left hand, bring it down onto the floor, coming into a side lateral stretch. You can keep bending your elbow. You can draw your hand a little further away. Extend with your fingers. Allow your shoulder to draw down away from your ear. So just notice how often when the arm is lifted that we tend to bring it up by the ear. Try to create that little bit of space. Now you're going to rotate your torso towards your thigh. Bring the stretch into your back. And then guide yourself back up. And as you guide yourself up, you're going to take now your right knee, bring it behind you. And you can either keep your left foot to the inside of your right leg, or if it feels comfortable to come into a half lotus, you can bring your foot into the inner crease of your hip. And then from here, we're going to take the right hand to the left knee. If you have your foot, then you can take your fingers around your big toe, and you can start to twist. If it feels preferable for you to have your foot to the inside, then just have your hand at your hip and twist. And come back to center, same thing other side. So just return to your cross-legged position and coming into your side lateral stretch. Right hand now is coming over to the right, and then just reach again. Be mindful with your shoulder by your ear and stay rooted down through your head. And then rotate your torso towards your thigh, reach with your fingertips. And then bring again yourself back up. Same thing, but this time you're going to take your left knee, and it's either going to be your right foot to the inside of your leg, or you're going to bring your foot into the inner crease. And then again, you can take your hand to your knee, or you can start to fold, take your fingers to your toe, and then begin to twist. And once you come back to center, you can uncross here and then come forward onto your hands and knees. So once you're on your hands and knees, we're going to move through our cat-cow. If you'd like a stretch for your wrists, just rotate your fingers to point towards your knees. And then begin to round in, bringing your chin towards your chest. And releasing, drawing your sit bones up, pulling your heart forward and through. Or 5 more, just moving with your breath. And then once you come to the last one, you're going to return to a neutral spine. And then from your neutral spine here, with your fingers forward, just start to bring your buttocks towards your heels. So we're going to get a stretch here for the toes. And you can use the heels of your hands pressing into your mat to increase that. The more weight there is towards the toes, the deeper the stretch will be. And then you can come back forward onto hands and knees, just at the top of your feet, at the top of your feet onto the mat. Okay, tuck the toes again, bring your right leg back. We're gonna rock forward and back so we get a stretch here for the calf. And then take the top of your foot and press down. Get a stretch for your ankle. And then bring your leg up and start to make circles. And then push out through the heel, push down through the heel of your right hand, draw your left arm out. And then bring your left hand down, but bend your knee. And imagine you have a tray on your foot. And then we're just gonna lift the foot up a little bit, bring it down, lift the foot up a little bit, bring it down. And then do that 4 more times. And then from here, bring your knee out and we're gonna do circles. So making hip circles, you can make them really big, you can make them really small. Go in the opposite direction. And then bring your leg back up. And you're just gonna bend the knee and then press it again through the heel. Bend the knee and press it again through the heel. 4 more. And then once you press out again through the heel, take out your left foot, pivot it off your mat. Take your left hand in and then bringing your hand to your hip. Keep pushing through the heel. You can be here or you can reach your arm. Excellent. I'm just trying to imagine that your foot is pressed up against a wall. And we'll come back to a side lateral stretch. So bringing your foot down, have your toes point away, and reach your fingers over towards your foot. Excellent. Come back, bring your right foot in front of you, lift your knee, and draw your right arm up. Excellent. You're welcome to bring your knee down. Otherwise, we're going to sweep the arms up. As you come up, really stay steady in your standing leg here. Bending deeply into your knee, pressing out through that back heel. And then we're going to draw the arms back behind. We're going to hold for 6 breaths. So just reach, reach, reach back with your fingers. And 1 more breath. Use your inhale to guide your arms back up. Open your arms out to the side. And now we're going to bend the knee 6 times. So bringing your knee down, pushing back. Bring your knee down. And again, excellent. Good, last 3. And final 1. Good, and then pivot your back heel, warrior 2. We're gonna hold here for 6 breaths. Good, straighten your leg. Take your left hand down and then reach your right arm up. Just reach, reach, reach. Okay, bend back into your knee. And coming into your extended side angle. And sweep your bicep by your ear. If you would like, you can instead draw your left arm up, bring your right hand down the inside of your leg, and just keep tucking your hip under. And pressing your arm against your leg against your arm. And then whichever you've chosen, you're going to bring your left hand down, pivot onto your toes, bring your knee down, come slightly forward, toes tucked or untucked, and then sweep your arms up onto the asana. Keep reaching back. Beautiful. Take your hands, frame your front foot, lift your knee, draw your right hip crease back. So now we're going to get into the hamstrings. And of course, you can keep your front knee bent. So if the hamstrings are tight, bend your front knee. Do keep your back leg straight and strong. And now we're going to lift the right foot to bring the stretch into the calf. Now bring your right foot down, walk your hands forward, take your left foot, bring it behind your right, and start to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Now this is for your IT band, so if it starts to feel too much, just bring your hands further up your legs. You can keep your knees bent or have your legs straight. Just let your head hang. Walk down your hands back, uncross your feet. Inhale, lift and lengthen. We're going to come into chair. So sitting into your chair, keep your weight into your heels, reach your arms up. Shoulders again, relaxed and down. See about sitting a little deeper into it. Keep your toes light as well. And then press into your feet, bring your pelvis forward. And hands together at your heart. And now we're going to come into palm tree pose. So interlace your fingers, bring your hands up. Have the top of your hands at the top of your head. And then as you inhale, you're going to come up onto your toes. And as you exhale, coming down. And again, just coming up onto your toes. And exhale, coming down. And again. And 3 more. Last one. Okay, and then bring your arms forward. Come back down into your chair. And come back onto your toes. We're going to hold here for 6. Press into your feet. Bringing in your pelvis forward. Lift your heart. Hands together at your heart. And coming into truth. So heel your ankle bone below your knee or above. And then just pressing your foot into your standing leg, as you know. Staying connected to the midline of the body. And then reaching your arms up. And taking any expression that you'd like. Try to maintain length in the side body. So in order to keep the body light, try to lift up through the crown of the head and find length where there would be often collapsing points. So collapsing points you'll feel in the body when you give into gravity. And then hands together at your heart. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana 3. Keep your hands in prayer at your heart center. So knees going to come forward, start to tip. Keep pushing out through the heel. And now we're going to bend into the left knee and then push back up. So bend into your knee, push back up. Bend your left knee, straighten the leg. Bend the knee, straighten the leg. And again. 3 more. And then once you come to that last one, straighten the leg, rotate your toes to the right side of your mat, bring yourself up, open your arms, and Trikonasana. So reaching forward, bringing your hand down the inside of the leg, and then of course, you can always have your hand further up your leg. Most importantly is to ensure that your torso is facing towards the long edge of the mat. Excellent. Bring yourself up, bend into your front knee, pivot onto your toes, hands to your heart, step forward, inhale, draw your arms up, exhale, fold, and step to your plank. And just puff up into that space between the shoulder blades, keep pushing out through the heels. And then we're gonna come into side plank. So right hand's gonna come to the center, come over onto the edge of your right foot, push into the heel of your hand, engage your shoulder, reach your arm up. Take now your left hand, same thing other side, just switch it up, come over onto the edge, and try to always think that you're cutting into the mat with the edge of your foot, and then lifting the hips. Excellent. Great, come back to your plank, bring your knees down, untuck your toes, and bring your chest down. Okay, we're gonna move through 4 Bhujangasana. So just as always, make sure that your hands are far enough down your chest. Roll your shoulder blades down your mat, fingers are light, and come back. And then exhale. And again, roll your shoulder blades. And coming up. And exhale, coming down. Broaden your chest as you come up. And just always make sure that your toes are lifting away from the floor. Exhale down. Tuck your toes, press into the heels of your hands. Come to a modified child's pose. And then come back onto hands and knees. Okay, once you're back on your hands and knees, take the top of your hands, bring them onto the mat. Your fingers are again pointing towards your knees. And then this time, just if your toes touch, start to bring your buttocks towards your heels. Have this bend in your elbows. It looks a little awkward, feels a little awkward, but it's a good stretch for the wrists. And then come forward, bring your palms down. Start to guide your buttocks towards your heels, and then you can just shake your wrists out here for a moment. And then come back onto your hands and knees. All right, so same thing, other side. So we're gonna take the left leg. Start to again just rock forward and back. And then you can bring your heel towards the mat. Get a deeper stretch for your calf. And then come forward, take the top of your foot, press down. And then tuck your toes, bring your leg up, make little circles again. And then push, push, push out through the heel. Draw your right arm, reach with your fingertips. Good. Bring now your hand down. Bend your knee, and again, as though you had a tray on your foot, and you're just trying to ensure that nothing's spilt on this tray. Just these little lifts. And then once you come to the 6th one, just bring your knee out to the side. And again, you're gonna make 4 hip circles here, one direction, and then the other. And then press out through your heel, bend your knee, and then again, just push out through the heel. Bend the knee, push out through the heel. Four more. Good. And then from here, take your right hand to the inside of your mat, pivot your foot, push, push, push into the heel of your hand, reach your arm up, or keep your hand at your hip. Try to have your toes pointing towards the left side of your mat. So just notice the toes are pointing down. And then push into your hand, guide your foot away, side lateral stretch, reaching for your fingertips. Again, keeping the right shoulder relaxed and down. And then coming back. And then stepping your left foot forward, lift your right knee, reach your arm up. Okay, bring now your hand down, sweep your arms up, use the strength of your legs here. And then sweeping your arms back and folding here. Listen for the sound of your breath. And then bring yourself back up. Bring again a bend to your elbows, broaden your chest, bring the knee down, and then just push right back again through your heel. Bring your knee down, press again, bring your knee down, and just three more. Remember how you have strength and stability in your legs. Last one. And then drawing your arms up, back to warrior two. Holding here for 6 breaths. Just sink a little deeper into it. And now straighten your front leg. Reach your arm back. That should be really nice. And then coming back to your Virabhadrasana 2, extended side angle. Drawing the arm up. Sweeping your bicep by your ear. Or arm up. And hand down the inside of your leg. And keep again pressing your arm against your leg against your arm. Excellent. Bring your hand down and pivot onto your toes. Bring your knee down and just make sure you come a little further forward so you're not on your kneecap. And then reach your arms back. Keep reaching. Excellent. Hey, bring your hands down. Frame your foot. Lift your back knee. Folding in. Hamstring stretch. So keep drawing the left hip crease back. Now lift your left foot. And stretch into your calf. Good. Bring your foot down. Walk your hands forward. Use a little bit of momentum. Take now your right foot behind your left. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Bring your torso towards your thighs. And now walk your hands back. Uncross your feet. Inhale, lift and lengthen. You're coming back to your chair. Great. Now this time, keeping your legs, just look down at your feet. Make sure that your feet are like the number 11. Notice again if you're bring a little more weight to the edge of your foot or your toes wandering off to the side. And then you're just going to sweep your arms behind. We're going to do 4. And then draw the arms back up. And again. And once you come to your 4th one, push into your feet. Press, press, press yourself up. Bring your pelvis forward. And hands together. Okay, bring your big toes to touch. We're going to come back to a side lateral stretch before we do the other side for our tree pose. So reach your arms up, interlace your fingers and cheek on the trap, and up and over to the right. And just keep bringing a little more weight to the edge of your left foot. Reach, reach, reach. And come back to center. Change the interlacing of your fingers. Going in the opposite direction. Reach, reach, reach over to the left. More weight to the edge of your right foot. But without the arch of your foot, again, lifting. So just watch that you're not rolling. You're just bringing more weight over to the edge through your hip. And then come back to center. Hands together at your heart. And now we'll do our tree on the left side. So taking in your foot, bring it down the center line of your leg. Reach up to the crown of your head. Any expression that you'd like. And then bring your hands back down through your heart center. Draw your knee forward. Virabhadrasana 3. So again, try to stay really rooted down through your standing leg here, because we're going to bend the knee and press back up. Bend the knee, press back up. Again. And 3 more. Just bend the knee, push, push, push into the heel of your right foot. Last 2. And then pivot your toes to the left. Let your foot drop back. Reach your arms up. And Trikonasana. Guide yourself up. Bend into your knee. Give it onto your toes. Hands to your heart. And step forward. Inhale, draw your arms up. Start to fold. This time, you're going to take your hands and bring them behind and just start to pull yourself towards your legs. If you prefer to take your hands from the outside, you can do that. Otherwise, you can cross them on the inside and just keep guiding your chest towards your legs. Let your head hang. You're going to get a really nice stretch here for your hamstrings. And then release. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And we're going to come into our squat. So just bring your feet out to the side and start to drop down. And bring your hands together in prayer. And then use your elbows to gently press your knees away. You can always use your finger pads instead. Because if you do this, you're going to be able to draw the knees even further away from the center line of your body. And now bring your hands down in front of you. And we're going to step back with the left foot. When you step back with your left foot, bring your knee down. We're going to get a stretch for the quad here. So just pull slightly forward again, just so that you're not on your kneecap when you bend your knee. And then from here, roll your shoulder. Again, think about with a tray. This time that you are holding a tray with your hand. And then bend your knee a little more. Maybe bring your hand to your foot and your heel towards your back. And then you can rock from side to side. You know, it feels good. And then release. And once you release, just tap your toes and then roll onto the edge. Now you're just going to take your right foot, scooch it, lift your hip, and you can be here. In your modified, you can stack your feet again, or you can take tree, or you can reach your arm forward. So just, some options here of what you might want to play with. And then come back to your plank. Bring your knees down. Untuck your toes, and we're going to do 4 of the Chaturanga Dandasana arms. So elbows are going to be pointing back towards the end of your mat. Bending your elbows. Don't let your torso touch the mat. Press yourself back up. And last one. And then once you have your arms straight, just press down to the tops of the toes so you lift the knees, pull your heart forward through, and come to your downward facing dog. So just pedal your feet out, move your hips, do what feels good. Now draw your right leg up, reach, reach, reach. Bring your knee in towards your chest, right foot to right hand, but left foot's now going to be at a 45-degree angle. We're going to come into our revolved Trikonasana, great stretch for the outer hip. So hand can be at your hip, you can reach your arm up, you can keep a little bend in the knee, or you can straighten the leg. Just the same as Trikonasana, try to rotate your torso towards the long edge of your mat. Bend into your knee, sweep your arms up. And we're going to come into eagle arms. So the left arm's going to come underneath the right. Bring the elbows up, sink deep into that front knee, and then lift the chest. Start to reach, reach, reach back. And coming into your humble warrior, reaching forward, dropping down the inside of your leg, maybe a little further. And then release, frame your front foot, pivot onto your toes, step your back foot to meet your front, take your feet out again wide, come back to your Malasana squat. So hands again are going to be at your heart. You can have your finger pads touching and draw your palms away from each other. If you'd like to get into your back, you're going to take your left hand, press your left arm against your leg, reach your right arm up. If you want to go a little further, take your hand behind your head and rotate your torso just a little further. Same thing other side. If you're choosing to do this, taking your arm, otherwise keep your hands in prayer. And then coming back to center, bring your hands down, step now back with your right, bring your knee down, roll your left shoulder, hold slightly forward, and coming into your quad stretch. Good, now release. Same thing, take your hand, come up onto your toes, just come onto the edge of your foot. Do a little bit of a scooch here. If you give in though, here with the weight of the hip, you're going to feel this collapsing in the shoulder. So try to push again into the heel of your hand so that you engage your shoulder. Then it's going to make it a lot easier for you to lift your hip, and it's going to feel lighter. Then you can be here, or again, you can stack your feet, be here, or you can choose to be in your tree, or you can extend your arm. And then come back. And now we're going to do full Chaturanga Dandasana. and upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. Unless that doesn't feel good, then come down into cobra or do as we just did. Okay, coming forward, chaturanga dandasana, upward facing dog, back to your downward facing. And if ever your wrists start to feel, a little sensitive or tired, you can come down to your forearms. Just bring your palms together. Give your wrists here a little moment's rest. And then you can come back to your downward facing dog for the other side. So left leg is going to lift. Bring again your knee towards your chest. Step your left foot. Right foot's at that 45-degree angle. Fingertips or your palm. Knee bent, hand at hip. Arm extended. Or legs straight. And just keep reaching. And with your fingertips, too, even if you can bring your palm down, sometimes it just gives the body a little bit more feeling of buoyancy on the fingertips rather than the palm. But you choose as long as what feels right for you. Okay, now bend into your left knee, sweep your arms up. And taking now your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms. Keep pressing down through that back heel. Lift the elbows, and then start to reach back. And then when you're ready, you can begin to fold at the hip crease. Start to come down the inside of your leg. Press your leg against your shoulder against your leg. Create a little bit of resistance here in the body. And then release. Frame your front foot. Pivot onto your toes. And again, step forward. This time you're going to inhale, lift, and lengthen. But you're now going to bend your knees. Sit down. Take your hands and roll to your fingers. Scoot your bottom back. And come into Navasana. So start to lift the feet. Maybe it's just a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit more. Okay. Bring your feet down. Take your hands beside you, behind you. Fingers are going to be pointing towards the front of your mat. Push into the heels of your hands. Lift your hips. Let your head fall back. Bring your shoulder blades towards each other. Breathe. Okay, guide your buttocks towards your hands. Cross your ankle. Come forward into child's pose. Let your heels fall away from each other. Bring your arms forward, but bring a little bend to your elbows. Don't let your head come down. Draw your shoulders down your back. So allow your head just to float between your arms rather than the forehead coming down. And try to create a little bit of resistance here again, where your heels of your hands are pressing into the mat, but you're trying to guide your shoulder blades as much as you can down your back. And again, keep a bend in the elbows so that the inner crease of the elbows are facing forward towards each other. Okay, now you're going to walk your hands towards you, and we're going to come into saddle pose, which is for the quads. So fingertips, bring the shoulder blades towards each other, lift either the hips up or start to come down. If you're coming down onto your palms, use the bend of your elbows as you're coming down. And what I've noticed from most people is that as they start to come down, anxiety starts to come up. There's this feeling that they're going to get stuck. You won't get stuck in this pose, so just know that. All you have to do is bring your knees together when you come out of it, or you can always roll onto your right or your left side. So here, as you are coming down, just see, maybe you could bring one elbow down, but not both. You can just play with that. Maybe you bring both elbows down. It's going to give you a little more depth. Then you could bring your forearms, or maybe use your elbows to slide yourself all the way down, in which case you can take your hand to the opposite elbow above your head. Keep drawing the hips up. Keep the knees down. If the knees start to lift away from the floor, bring yourself up. So you always want to protect your knees. Don't strain the muscles in any way. Just getting a stretch for the quads here. Okay, on your next breath, you can use your elbows to help bring you up, bring your knees in. Interlace your fingers now behind you, reach your wrists back, and draw your arms up away from your low back. And bring your hands down. We're gonna now come into forearm plank. So come onto your forearms, just make sure that your shoulders, elbows, wrists, and your wrist and your third finger. So watch this tendency of the fingers toward a point slightly off to the side of the mat. Try to keep your hands with your third finger facing forward. And then as you come forward, you're gonna again come into your forearm plank. We're gonna hold here. 6 breaths, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. Bring your knees down and come forward into your space. And then press into the heels of your hands, coming up into your seat. Let the shoulders relax. And then bring yourself down. Take your forearms, just stack them. Take your right knee and slide it out to the side. Flex your foot and let your forehead come down. Just let it rest in your forearm. Okay, now slide your right leg back. Come back to your sphinx, and we're going to come into half thumb. So you're going to bend again your knee as you've done. Take again your shoulder, roll it, take your hand towards your foot, and then have your elbow pointing up towards your ceiling. And then you're going to push into the heel of your left hand, bringing your heel towards your buttock. And then come down, release. Again, stack your forearms, and then take your left knee out to the side before we do the other side. Just here, give your spine, your low back, moment to reset. And then slide again your foot back. Come back to your space. Bend your left knee. Take again your hand and bring your heel towards your buttock. And then push, push, push into the heel of your right. And then come down, release, bring your hands beside you, tuck your toes, push, push, push into the heels of your hands, come into a modified child's pose. Let your forehead come down. If you'd like, you can come into reverse prayer. Bring your thumbs to the nape of your neck and draw your shoulder blades down your back and breathing. Bring your hands down and start to walk your hands towards your knees. And now we're going to come up onto our knees. Bring the pelvis forward. As you bring the pelvis forward, lifting the heart, coming into our camel. So from here, the fingers pointing down, you can start to draw the chest forward. If you'd like, hands can be at your heart. If you feel that you can brush your fingers to your ankles, you can be here. And breathing. And slowly bring yourself up. Bring your hands down onto your mat, and you're going to be at the end of your mat. Just come onto the soles of your feet and walk your hands towards your feet. If you'd like, you can take your first 2 fingers around your big toes. Let your head hang heavy. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. And breathe over. And release your fingers from your toes. Walk your hands forward into your downward facing dog. And then draw your right leg up. Reach, reach, reach. Now we're going to come into pigeon. So bring your right knee to your wrist. Slide your leg back. Let your foot relax. You can stay in an upright position, or you can start to fold. If you'd like to get deeper into the hip, just bring your right foot a little further away from your body. And release any tension in your neck, your jaw, the muscles of your forehead. Let everything feel soft, relaxed. Allow yourself to feel at ease. And now start to guide yourself up. Bring your weight over onto your right hip. Take your left leg, cross it over. We're going to come into a twist before we come into cow face pose. So hand to the outside of the knee, or you can, of course, have your elbow. You can always extend your arm as well. But most importantly is to press your arm against your leg against your arm, and rotate your torso and deepen that twist. And then come back, counter twist, going in the other direction. And then once you come back to center, you're going to bring your heel by your hip. Do a little scooch in so that you can feel both of your sit bones connected to the mat. And then reaching your left arm up, the left hand up. You can always take your hand to your elbow and bring your hand down your back. That might feel better than bringing your fingers towards each other to touch. And then maintaining that upright posture, drawing up through the crown of your head, breathing in. Release, take your right arm under, nice and tight. And then bring your hands behind you. We're going to come back to your Navasana, but this time with our fingers around your big toes. If that doesn't feel comfortable, because I know for a lot of people, they don't actually like having any pressure between their big toe and their second. So if that's for you, you can always take your hand to the edge of your feet, or you can come back to the Navasana that we've done before. Otherwise, you're going to start to lift, keep the torso and the thighs as close towards each other as you comfortably can. And when you start to feel that rolling back towards the end of the mat here, keep your chest going forward, and then you can start to point your toes, pointing, pointing. Excellent. One more breath. We'll flex your feet coming into Baddha Konasana, and then we'll do the other side. So bring your heels towards you, and then once you do, you can start to fold forward. Again, you can keep your fingers around your big toes as you guide your chest towards your feet, or you can release and have your hands forward in front of you. And then bring yourself up. You're going to cross your ankles, come forward onto your hands and knees. And get back to your downward facing dog. Left side for our pigeon, we're going to draw the left leg back. Bring the knee to the left wrist. Slide your leg back. Release your foot. And then once you find the position that feels right, you can start to fold. Again, if you find that having the heel close to the hip now feels relatively comfortable, there's not as much of a stretch, just start to move your heel further away. Eventually, it does come so that your shin is parallel to the short edge of the mat. And once it does, then you're going to find that a double pigeon position feels quite comfortable. And then let your forehand relax onto your forearms, or depending on what position you've taken, just still allow for yourself to feel some ease even within the stretch. And then slowly bring yourself up. You're gonna pull your heel towards you. Take your right leg, cross it. Again, it can be with your hand, your elbow here or here. And then just twisting. Try to maintain length in the spine, so just watch that tendency to want to drop. And you can use the heel of your hand, almost like a post or pillar to maintain that upright posture. And then counter twist, going in the opposite direction. And then taking out your heel towards your hip. And draw your right arm up, bringing your hand down, bringing your fingers towards each other to touch. And breathing. And release, take your arm, cross it underneath, hug it nice and tight. And now we're going to come down onto the back, which should feel really nice for you. So once you bring your hands down, you're just going to now come onto your back. Bring your arms up overhead, reach with your palms, and just extend your legs here. And then flex your feet and try to imagine almost as though you're walking upstairs. You're going to lengthen the right leg and then reach your right hand up. And then lengthen your left leg and then reach with your left fingertips up towards the top of your mat. And then you're just going to do this 5 more times, back and forth. Reach. And another side, reach. Last one. And then from here, walk your feet over to the right side of your mat. Take your left ankle, cross it over, take your right hand to your left wrist, gently pull back into side lateral stretch. And then walk your feet back, same thing other side, walking your feet over to the left side, the right ankle's gonna cross. Take your hand to your wrist, gently pull. And come back to center, bring your feet onto the mat, hug your knees in nice and tight. And then coming to happy baby, hands to the edge of your feet, press up through the soles of the feet, just gently rock from side to side. And then lift your legs, circle your ankles, circle your wrists. Let your limbs feel really nice and heavy here. And feel the weight of your arms. And then start to shake it out, shake your arms, shake your legs. And bring your knees in towards your chest, hugging nice and tight. Open your arms out to the side, gentle spinal twist to the right, to the left. Just let your knees fall over to the right, roll your head to the left. And come back to center, seeing the other side. And come back to center, hug your knees in, really nice and tight. Just hug in big. Inhale. And then as you exhale, just release, take up as much space as you have available. Palms facing up, let your feet flop open. Gently close your eyes for Shavasana. And if this resonates for you as you lay here, just imagine yourself looking up the beautiful sky. You have arrived at the peak of the mountain. You have a moment to just soak in the view, this imaginary view. Of course, to soak in this imaginary view, where would you be? Where would you be for yourself? It was the top of a mountain peak. What mountain would that be? Where would you be? What would be the temperature? Or what would be the sounds around you? Let's try to imagine again this beautiful mountain peak somewhere in the world, somewhere that you would love to have that experience. You made it to the top. You now have a moment to take it.